Ever found yourself just caught in that loop? Pushing harder, always striving for more, chasing the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe you stop just for a second and wonder, why? Why am I pushing so hard? Is this really working for me?
That feeling of maybe running on fumes, yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that constant drive.
Exactly. Is that ambition hum?
Yeah.
But what if there was a way to have that drive, but make, well, sustainable,
Mhm.
powerful, sure, but also healthy?
That's a great question.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really fundamental. Building a work ethic that's strong, yes, but also, importantly, healthy.
Right.
We've been looking at excerpts from a really interesting source, The Safe Path to a Strong Work Ethic.
Mm-hmm.
And our mission today is to uncover how we can actually cultivate that powerful work ethic without hitting burnout.
Which is the key challenge, isn't it?
Totally. So we'll explore the hidden drivers, some practical steps, and really figure out how to make your work ethic work for you, not against you.
It's such a vital topic, and I think, the source really challenges some common ideas. We celebrate the hustle,
Please.
but we don't often talk about the recovery. Or, even deeper, why we're hustling in the first place.
That's a great point. What are those deeper reasons?
Exactly. This deep dive, I think, will shed some light on those connections we usually miss.
Okay, let's jump in. Speaking of overlooked things, the source starts with something called Leadership Rule #49.
Ah.
It says, a strong work ethic is necessary, but must go through constant safety inspections. Now, safety inspections for work ethic, that sounds a bit strange, doesn't it?
It does initially.
Like, isn't a strong work ethic just good? Why inspect it?
Well, that's the clever part. The source isn't saying the work ethic itself is bad. It's saying an unexamined one. That can be dangerous.
Dangerous how?
Think of it like this. The safety inspection helps us see what's fueling that drive. Is it something sustainable, like real passion?
Okay.
Or is it something more volatile, like fear or needing constant approval or trying to beat someone else?
Ah, right. Those less healthy drivers.
Exactly. Those might give you a quick burst of speed, but they almost always lead to burnout. They can make you compromise, lose sight of what matters.
So the inspection is about checking the fuel source, essentially. Making sure the engine is healthy for the long run.
Precisely. It's about ensuring it's powerful and healthy.
Okay, let's unpack that more. You mentioned our work ethic being shaped by past experiences and motivations. What does that really look like? And why is it so important for you, the listener, to think about these drivers?
It's like a bit of self-diagnosis, really. And it's critical. The source points to two main kinds of motivation fueling our work ethic.
Okay, what are they?
First, there's genuine passion. That feeling when you just love the work itself.
Yeah.
When it clicks with your values, you're curious, you enjoy the process, time just flies. It comes from within.
That intrinsic drive. Makes sense.
But then there's the second bucket, external factors.
Like what?
Things like needing validation or maybe intense competition. Ask yourself, am I working late because I love cracking this problem?
Right.
Or am I doing it because I want the boss's praise? Or I'm worried about falling behind Sarah in the next office? Or I just feel this pressure to constantly prove myself.
That's a subtle but huge difference.
It really is. And what's fascinating, and the source highlights this, is how often we think it's passion.
Right.
When actually these subtle external pressures are really steering the ship. There's even this idea of a motivation spectrum test in the source.
Oh, what's that?
It suggests scoring your tasks not just on enjoyment, but on the external pressure you feel around them. It can reveal those hidden drivers you might not even be aware of.
Wow, that's quite revealing. I can see how easy it is to mix up that buzz of just getting stuff done with real fulfillment, especially when those external pressures are everywhere.
They are pervasive.
But what about folks who are, in jobs they don't absolutely love, where passion isn't the main driver? Does the source offer a path for them too?
That's a really important practical question because let's face it, not everyone is in their dream job right now.
Exactly.
And yes, the source definitely addresses this. It says even without that pure inherent passion for the job itself, you can still build a healthier work ethic.
How?
It suggests focusing on aligning specific tasks within your role with your personal values, even small things.
Like, give me an example.
Okay, so maybe your job isn't your ultimate calling, but if you value, say, order and clarity, you can find real satisfaction in organizing that messy spreadsheet or streamlining a process.
Okay, finding the value alignment within the task.
Right. Or if you value helping people, find meaning in assisting a colleague, even if the job title isn't helper. It's about locating those pockets of intrinsic reward in your current reality.
Instead of waiting for the perfect job to feel good about your work.
Exactly. So understanding these roots, passion, external pressures, or finding value alignment, it isn't just fluff. It's about building that healthier, more sustainable foundation, one that won't just collapse when things get tough.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about reframing, finding meaning where you are. Okay, so this is where it gets really practical, right? The source gives us 3 concrete action steps. Let's get into the first 2.
Absolutely. Step 1, reflect on your motivations. This means proper introspection, not just a passing thought.
Taking real time for it.
Yes. Understanding what actually drives you. The source has some great diagnostic questions like, when did I last lose track of time just absorbed in the work itself, forgetting deadlines or what others might think?
That's a good one.
Or am I celebrating the process, the puzzle solving, or am I just focused on the outcome, like getting praise? Those distinctions tell you a lot.
Yeah, they really do.
And the source puts it powerfully. We all have blind spots. We all need to invest in seeing them. It's not just nice to have, it's presented as a necessary investment in yourself.
Requires some honesty, I imagine.
Definitely. Courage, even. And then step 2 logically follows. Focus on intrinsic rewards.
Okay, so moving away from just the external attaboys.
Precisely. Actively shift your focus. Instead of relying only on the praise, the award, beating someone else, you tune into the internal stuff.
Like what kind of internal stuff?
That intrinsic satisfaction and fulfillment, as the source puts it, the feeling of mastery, maybe, or contributing something useful, or just the buzz of figuring something out. It even suggests a daily practice. After finishing something, pause. Consciously name one internal feeling of satisfaction, mastery, contribution, engagement, whatever, before you even think about external feedback.
I like that. Actively noticing the internal reward first.
Yeah.
But, hang on. In the real world, things like promotions, bonuses, aren't they often necessary? Are we supposed to just ignore them?
That's a fair challenge. And
Yeah.
no, the source isn't saying ignore external rewards completely. That wouldn't be realistic.
Okay.
It's about reducing their dominance. Think of them as a nice bonus, maybe the cherry on top, but not the whole reason you're showing up.
So they shouldn't be the primary fuel.
Exactly. When intrinsic motivation is driving, the external rewards are great, but they don't define your satisfaction. The source uses an analogy like, if you only work for the paycheck,
Yeah.
every little setback feels like a disaster. But if you love the challenge, the paycheck is still important, sure, but the work itself gives you resilience. It's about retuning your internal compass.
Guiding yourself by what actually resonates inside, not just what the world dangles in front of you.
You got it. It's about reclaiming that ownership of your motivation.
That feels freeing, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to the third action step. And this one, well, it might seem a bit counterintuitive when you're talking work ethic.
And that's exactly why it's so crucial. Step 3, prioritize self-care.
Ah, the one we always know we should do.
Right. But the source is emphatic. A healthy work ethic isn't just about output. It's fundamentally about taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being.
So making time for rest, relaxation, things that actually nourish you.
Yes. And crucially, it's not positioned as a reward you get after working hard. It's framed as a core component of being able to work hard sustainably.
Like maintenance for the engine.
Perfect analogy. Neglecting it is like driving with no oil. You might go for a bit, but breakdown is inevitable.
Totally agree. But, when deadlines are looming, pressure's on. Self-care is usually the first thing to get chucked out the window. Does the source offer anything for those moments?
It does, and it pushes back hard against that hustle at all costs idea. It actually mentions research showing that top performers who actively track and prioritize self-care, they show higher sustained productivity and creativity over the long term.
Interesting. So it's not actually faster to skip it.
Not in the long run, no. The study linked well-being directly to long-term outcomes. One practical tip is scheduling deep recovery blocks, like actually putting them in your calendar, non-negotiable.
Treat them like a client meeting.
Exactly. It's not about magically finding extra time. It's about intentionally allocating the time you have.
Okay, that makes sense. Allocating, not just hoping.
And here's where it gets really insightful. The source connects the self-care piece back to how it affects other people. The contagion factor.
Contagion factor, how so?
It says, the best thing about a strong work ethic is in how contagious it can be. We inspire others, right? But, it adds, no one will want to emulate a burned-out, bitter achiever.
Oof. That hits home.
Doesn't it? It makes you ask yourself, you, the listener, what kind of work ethic am I modeling? Is it one I'd actually want someone else to catch?
Yeah. You can say all the right things about balance.
But if you're emailing at midnight and look exhausted, what message are you really sending? It's about modeling sustainable habits, not just talking about them. Inspiration through action.
So tying this all together then,
Yeah.
we've gone from digging into our motivations, why we do what we do,
Yeah.
to putting self-care right at the center. Why is this whole picture, this holistic view, better than just, the old advice to work harder?
Because working harder is often just a path to exhaustion, diminishing returns,
Mhm.
burnout. This approach, it's about longevity. It's about real impact. A truly strong work ethic, in this view, isn't just measured by output hours logged, tasks checked off.
It's more than that.
Much more. It's about a sustainable, healthy, deeply motivated way of working that benefits you and the people around you. It leads to genuine, lasting success without that trade-off of well-being or creating a culture of exhaustion,
So it's the difference between a sprint that leaves you wiped out.
and a long, impactful marathon where you have sustained excellence and fulfillment. It's about being effective, truly effective, not just busy.
That's a really powerful shift in perspective.
Mm.
Okay, so just to recap this deep dive into the safe path to a strong work ethic, building that truly strong, healthy work ethic, it's not just about more hours.
Definitely not.
It starts with reflecting on your motivations, asking, is this passion? Or is it external stuff like validation, competition, maybe using something like that motivation spectrum test?
Uncovering those blind spots.
Then, consciously shifting focus to intrinsic rewards, finding the satisfaction in the work, noticing it.
Actively noticing. Yeah.
And finally, absolutely prioritizing self-care. Physical, emotional, mental well-being, not as a luxury, but it's a core part of sustainable success and impact.
Couldn't have said it better.
Which leads us to a final thought for you listening right now. If your work ethic was a giant billboard for everyone to see, what message would it be sending about success, about well-being? And is that the message you truly want to broadcast, the one you want others to be inspired by? Maybe this week, just start with one small safety inspection. Ask yourself, what's really driving me? And how can I lean into that intrinsic satisfaction just a little bit more?
Great starting point.
Thank you for joining us on The Deep Dive. We really hope this gave you some fresh perspectives, maybe some practical ideas on making your work ethic truly work for you.